Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me.
Good morning, sports fans. Ben from Ben's Hang-Ups. And we got us a partly sunny day. Looks like there's some dark clouds around, but it's supposed to be pretty sunny today. I think the high going to get up into about 45 or so. So that's not too bad. It's 39 degrees right now. We're heading west to the big lake. Well, we're not going to quite make it that far, because we're going to stop at a little town along the way. Very interesting. A lot going on in this little town. And it's a little town of Three Oaks, Michigan. I like that for a name. Three Oaks, Michigan. Yep. That's where we be going, folks. So, you hang in there, I'll hang in there, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see you down the road. Well, a few things about Three Oaks. They have a crime rate pretty low, about 14 points below the national average for violent crime, and about 2 points lower for property crime. Got 3 schools. At River Valley Middle School and High School and River Valley Elementary School. Okay, where are we at? We're at Three Oaks, Michigan. Right downtown. And as always, I'm going to show you a little bit of the downtown. What's going on down here. And as usual, the folk bends out, so are the trucks and the trains. Looks to be a little chilly out here today. Nice looking little town. And we're going to take a look around, like I said. I'm going to show you this town. Some of what's here. Actually quite a bit around here to see. See that clock right there? About 9:30. I think that clock's off about an hour. Unless it's a different time zone. Indiana's kind of unique that way. I don't know if it's unique. We have a number of different time zones. And every county seems to have its choice just to confuse everybody. So we'll see as we go here. We'll get the other camera out, show you some of this town. Yeah, good little school system. 3 schools and you only got 553 students. Not bad. Teacher ratio to students, 12.42 to 1. That's pretty good, but take it with a grain of salt. Well, this town has a good history. The feather factory here is one of them. This town was really founded and built up over ladies' corsets. That's correct, ladies' corsets. Now there's the Jackson Family Cycle Shop. If you got a bicycle, they'll work on it for you or sell you one. There's Mercantile Building. Got a little bit of everything going on here. And there's the Warren Building, and I'm going to tell you all about that. Warren was born in 1847. He came to town here. He went into business in a local store selling merchandise with a partner. McKee it was. Well, they found that the ladies were all complaining about their corsets being too brittle. Well, old Warren, he did something about that. He was at a pillow factory one day, and they were stuffing pillows with feathers and throwing part of those feathers out, the quill part. He found them to be just right and started making corsets here in town. It started off slow, but after a while it really grew. And this was a huge, huge factory here in town. How about that for a mural? Now, this town has a lot of antique shops, a lot of shops, period. Of course, you got your hardware store. Here you got a theater. We're going to talk about that theater here in a minute, too. Big old clock downtown. Yeah, that theater there, the Vickers Theater, quite interesting. Small place, got a seating of about 126. It's got a cafe, kind of cafe seating. They also have balcony seating. This was built in 1911. First show, yeah. The people that own it now have owned it for 23 years. And they sell beer and wine there with your shows. As you can see here from these pictures, there's a lot of antique stores in town. This, well, get your meats and sausages and all that kind of stuff there. It's a grocery store, really. Don't have a lot of vacant buildings, but there are a couple around, and this is one that's open. Here's a ham shop. Yeah, it's a meat market. Oak's Eatery. Mostly vegan. They specialize in vegan food. Big C Lumber. Big C likes these small towns. Well, folks, there's the big man himself. And this is probably an art studio. It's called the Drawing Room. A lot of arts in town and antiques. And how many places specialize in slipcovers? Not many. Place back you've seen back there called, I think it's Furniture's 9. Well, that's another vegan foods place. Yeah, we're gonna get down the road here. You probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride. Well, that factory has quite a few occupants in it. One of it is a distillery. That's right. Journeyman's Distillery. There's also a couple restaurants. One of them is theirs. This is a park, Welter's Folly. And what it is here is you got an 18-hole putting green. That's right. Right behind Distillery. Yeah, this distillery is located in the Featherbone factory here in Three Oaks. And they've got about 27,000 square feet. Real quick, this bourbon house is a Airbnb. And inside it is really sharp. This is the new town library. Also located in that feather factory. Full service restaurant, Stay Marker, where they do special events. It's a restaurant, of course. They do special events also. And that's still part of that feather factory. That was Featherbone Factory was a big place. This is a museum. And it's a bicycle museum. But like a lot of these museums, they're open 2 days a week, Friday and Saturday, from 10 to 5. Well, they weren't open when I was there. There's Welter's Folly. So this is back street behind the factory, or between the factories, really. You're going to see that main factory on the left. We're going to walk around and take a look at some of that. Distillery part and a restaurant. can see, it's very, very big. Whiskey of the year. I didn't see what year. Acorn Theater. Now this theater is also a pretty good sized theater here in the Corset Factory. And they have all kinds of entertainment. Everything from jazz to shows, theater shows. Quite a place, particularly in the summertime when they're very busy. Now, if anybody knows what this is, would you please leave me a note in the comments? Because I could not figure this out. This is the back of the one of the antique stores. Could use some tender loving care, that little cow. Jewelry company, and they do everything from bicycle rentals to who knows what. And I could never figure out what this building was or what was it occupied as. Still don't know. But this is a new building. Again, it's for arts. But look at the end of the building down here. That is the Three Oaks Police Department. Now, I got a story behind this police department, but I'm not going to get into that today. Every town's got to have a mortuary, and this is theirs. Old elementary school. I don't know if it's still being used or not. It kind of looked abandoned. Whoops. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, what happens? The sirens go off. Well, this is where the high school was originally. It's now Memorial Park. Another big antique store. Just as you get into town. Well, I'm going back. I'm going back to the Distillery Company. Why not? As you can see, it's a big place. And there's a lot more to it than what we're seeing. This is where they brew, or where I should say they distill their liquors. But there are private rooms also here. If you're in town, good place to stop by, have a bite to eat. You might even sample something. This is their little retail outlet. And it gives you an idea of some of the brew that they have. Funny thing, it was cold out. And the old camera just froze right here. Boom. Well, if you're going to go get some, or go to a still, you might as well buy a product. That's another town. Looks a lot bigger than 1,400 people. And I got a feeling that in the summertime it swells. The numbers swell. Quite a history here. And there's a lot of videos on Three Oaks. Go here on YouTube and look up Three Oaks. You'll find video after video after video. Quite an interesting town. Quite a social life here wouldn't be too bad, I would think.
Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride.
Okay, Three Oaks. What'd you think? Let me know in the comments. Send me an email or something. Oh, we got a few things going on. First off, I want to thank Cindy Neer, Joe Neer, and Rocco for the music furnished to Ben's Hang-Ups here, written for Ben's Hang-Ups. How about that? They did a great job. They're going to re-record that song for me, and it's going to be a little longer, melody and so forth. Kind of looking forward to that. We're also coming up with a, hopefully, next couple of months, we'll have Ben's Hang-Ups website up and running. That'll be interesting. Okay, you can get on there and make your comments and so forth. And we got Ben's Hang-Ups Facebook, of course. So, there are going to be different ways you can get a hold of me. Chew me out or tell me what I missed or what I got wrong. Because that does happen from time to time. Get a facts mixed up or something. You can tell me about it. It's okay. Big boy. Other than that, folks, boy, I'll see you. As always, you know, I'm gonna see you. Oh, and one other thing, please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out. Other than that, as always, we'll get back to it. Ben will see you down the road.
Interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. Sit back, relax, and take a virtual ride with me. You'll see interesting places you probably haven't seen. I hope you enjoy the ride and discover new places with me. Sit back,